Tonight on EA Sports, it's Super Bowl Sunday. We'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Taking on Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears.
After all the talk, it's time for football, and here we go. Super Bowl 55 is underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Mitchell Trubisky taking the field to lead Chicago. Trubisky, the Ohio native, went to North Carolina, then drafted by these Bears as the number 2 pick in 2017.
Well, I talked with people around the league about Mitchell Trubisky when he's coming out of North Carolina. Those that had questions about him, it often centered in on the fact that he was only a one-year starter and wondered why he couldn't beat out the guy ahead of him beforehand. I just locked in on the athletic ability, the accuracy, and then once he got the football, how the team responded to him. I think his upside is big.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He's got a man, complete.
Jimmy.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. So the same tandem connecting on back-to-back throws to start the game.
And maybe throwing the scouting report off just a little bit. That's not exactly what they think is going to be their number 1 receiver, but he's producing already early in this game.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Trubisky to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's first and goal. Trubisky to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know what the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. The clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's fourth down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the...
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it, fourth and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message, and the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the poster boys for persistence and belief in self. Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers in the D1 level. Went to a junior college. Went to Cal and just blew up there. And then, of course, as a first-round draft pick, but a lot lower than what he expected in the first round, and then had to sit behind Brett Favre for a few years in Green Bay before getting his shot. Now he's probably one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen come down the pipe. Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second and 11. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Devin Funchess, 52 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel good.
They got his man, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Trubisky will throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1.
To 7.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Jair Alexander.
And he rifles one incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And able to find Graham, complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a first down, and that catch also puts him at 150 yards receiving now for the game.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. Now Trubisky on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Jimmy Graham there to make the grab, and the Bears have taken the lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
The kickoff portion.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Oh, they'll try to jet sweep here with Lazard. And he stopped immediately there. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
On the play. Brings up 2nd and
2 minutes remain in this opening half of Super Bowl 55. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Rodgers on target there to Lazard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 14. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And again, it's Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers! Devin Funchess, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Packers have cut it back within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now Crosby for the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Looking to throw. Trubisky on first down. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now it's Trubisky. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Intended for
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3. Out here and give the football right back, because your friend, old momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands. He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a...
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Devin Funches as the first half is winding down. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today is track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play.
Chicago Bears. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So it's halftime here on Sports Grandest Stick. So the halftime show in the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half.
Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Brings up 2nd.
Now Rodgers, a free play. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there? Because I was. I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have moved out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed first drive?
Yeah, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Crosby connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Here's Trubisky to throw. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game.
And that's caught at the 25. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Touchdown. Ted Ginn, 55 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Oh, he got possession on him, and he pulls it in. The 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Jimmy Graham, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bears have broken the tie.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Good on the fake extra point.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Rodgers going to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. He'll have a 1st down past the 40.
Aaron Jones.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled. So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play. And facing a 2nd and long. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rodgers again now. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
At the 42-yard line.
Here in the Super Bowl, you are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
28.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
23-yard line.
Slant to Adams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Packers are going to be looking at a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Rodgers to throw once more. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of
touchdown, Packers. Devin Funchess with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Packers are an extra point away from taking the lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now Trubisky lets this one rip toward Graham. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
So it's first and goal. Need to be a little wary of leaving Aaron Rodgers too much time, but you got to score here first. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
So they went for the 6, didn't get it. Now the call has to...
Eddie Pinheiro on for the field goal.
So they went
19 yards.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So now Rodgers in the pack. Down by 5. A little under a minute 50 remaining. A touchdown could win the Super Bowl as they've got a first down. They'll look to throw. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
That's good for a Green Bay Packer.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
At the 33-yard line.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now it's Patterson. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Throwing now is Trubisky. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Chicago Bears.
And the Lombardi Trophy is going back home. The Green Bay Packers are your Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat,